Hi, everybody! Welcome back to that old town in the New West. We are here for season 2. Hooray!
So exciting. Oh my
For
god.
season 2.
We're back.
All right. Hooray! So before we get started, I want to go ahead and thank Tales of Initiative for bringing us back for season 2. And I want to give a chance for my lovely returning players to introduce themselves. So if we want to start off real quick, Zach. Yes.
Hey!
This way.
I'm over here. Hey, I'm Zach. I'll be playing Pet Fair and Far Smile. Kind of excited to reprise this role. It's going to be nice, kind of chill, a little bit different than everything else I get to play, so it's kind of nice for sure. Thank you for having me back, Cowhand Amy.
Haley, and I'm very, very excited to be back playing Dr. Delilah Dayphine. Ready to punch some wolves. Delilah Dayphine. Ready to punch some wolves.
Hello, thank you for having me back. I'm Taylor, and I'll be playing the
Hello, thank you. Other way.
There he is.
Great start. Playing the adorable little kobold Zeph. Super excited to play my little man again. So,
Alrighty. Well, special thing about New West Season 2 is there's going to be 3 episodes. It's going to be this episode, our Season 2, as well as next week with Episode 2, and then we're going to have our grand finale on the 16th of June for those of you guys who are in the US at this streaming time, wherever it is that you are. Wherever it is that you are. With all that out of the way, I think it's time for us to get started. Are you guys ready to get started? With all that out of the way.
oh yeah.
I think so.
Alright.
Yeah.
Poem that I wrote for you guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have a story to tell. Of way out west, where magic nests and dead men tell no tales. Of adventures in the meadows, the forests, and the moors. Of monsters, hidden treasures, friendships, and settled scores. Where spells fly like bullets and evil hides its tail. That hidden stoop in Raven's Roost, where good men banish hell. Welcome back, everybody, to that little old town in the New West. Now, it has been 6 months since the last time we checked in with our adventurous crew who headed out west seeking all kinds of different quarry. Some of them were looking for cures, others just new places to be, while others still were looking for answers to questions that they really didn't even have the complete picture of. And in that quest, and those 6 months, one of them has walked off somewhere. The last time that we saw our intrepid warlock was when Zeph caught a glimpse of him leaving the room at the at Barbaros in the middle of the night. He assumed that he was just going to the bathroom, perhaps to get a drink, that he'd be back. And so Zeph settled back down into his spot on the bed, and in the morning, Aronin still hadn't returned. This, of course, sent the party out looking for him and asking questions, but nobody had seen Aronin, and any attempts that they had to track him just kind of dead-ended into a tree. Zeph, the enterprising young wizard that he is, did some magic to try and find out if there was some magical means involved. Lo and behold, there was. Fey magic, to be exact. Not something that Zeph is particularly familiar with, unfortunately. But those were the only answers you got. And several months later, there's still no sign of Aronin. It's fall now. The foliage and greenery are turning towards their fall colors all around the town of Raven's Roost, and it's preparing everyone around for the Autumn Fall Festival. Let me get some good music in here. Whap-hap. Put that back in there. Oop. Is that the one I want? No. Yeah, we'll go back with Marketplace. That's good. It's fine. The construction of the festival grounds is already underway, and the residents of the town, forest, and the nearby Blackbird Ranch are anxiously awaiting the arrival of the full harvest moon. You guys have done odd jobs here and there. You've spent time out in the woods, and of course, searching for your own answers. You've enjoyed some downtime. Some with the company of others on their own. With the passing of the time comes that changing of seasons, though. And with the whole town preparing for that autumn festival, it's time for you guys to start thinking about how you can help. So, harvesting of the local wild mushrooms and the ape nuts in the orchard have begun in earnest. You could probably lend your hand there. The Blackbird Ranch is also preparing to round up their furthest flung herds and bring them back down into the warmer, lower valleys for the winter. Shea Stone, the foreman of the Blackbird Ranch, has recently approached you guys about searching the woods northwest of the ranch for some cattle that went missing after a piece of the fence came down. Is that something that you guys are potentially interested in doing?
Delilah would have been interested in taking on anything that was going to take her out of town and back again.
Okay. Pet?
Oh, yeah. That definitely sounds like something interesting to me, for sure.
Okay. What about you, Zeph? Any objections?
Nope. Where my friends go, I go.
Alrighty. So, let's go ahead and get you guys out of town. We'll pick. Yeah, we'll go back with flowers. There we go. Alrighty. So, it's been about an hour since you guys struck out from the Blackbird Ranch in your search. You are well and truly out of the valley and have begun to notice the slow incline in the terrain. Go ahead and roll me either perception, survival, or animal handling, whichever one you guys feel is your better skill, to see if you can pick up the trail for the missing cattle.
Ooh. None of them are good for me.
Perception, survival, or
animal handling.
animal. Okay. The good old 12 for a survival.
12 survival.
I had a 16. All the stats are
16?
the same for me on those ones, so.
Alrighty.
9.
Taylor, 9 for Zeph.
We're not doing well.
You're okay. Alrighty.
Wait up.
Alright, so with a 12 and a 16, Dee Dee and Pet, you guys find some pretty clear tracks in some damp earth once you've brushed away some of the newly fallen leaves. And after you stand up, now knowing what kind of disturbance you're looking for, you spot several more areas of disturbed leaves, and it appears that most of the cattle are still traveling together. It's a group of them, all traveling off in the same direction. So you kind of have an idea of the heading that you're going to want for this. And as you start to follow these tracks, you notice they're kind of sticking with the easiest mode of travel through terrain. And the cows are stopping here and there to munch on some very obviously grazed spaces. There's bushes that have been stripped of, bark and that sort of thing. And you continue on this path for, let's see. Just roll for it, shall we? I want to roll some dice too.
Yeah.
For another 2 hours, you guys keep following this trail until it eventually dumps you out on a bluff. And looking over this bluff, you can see now that you've risen quite a far way out of the valley floor. You're up significantly higher than you were now, and that would give license as to why Zeph is huffing and puffing a little bit.
You doing all right there, little buddy?
Just a sec. Aye.
I can give you a piggyback ride if you need it.
Thank you.
Well, that didn't take long.
No. Yeah,
I'm
Delilah just... What was that?
I'm little and it's cold.
I know, I got you. It's all good.
Thank you.
All right. So up on this bluff, you guys have a pretty good view of the valley. You can see Blackbird Ranch. You can see the town of Raven's Roost down below you. And up behind you is a pretty expansive landscape of very wild mountains. These are not areas that are traveled very often, and any trails that you find from this point on are probably going to be game trails left by creatures that are living wild in these spaces. And since you've been traveling for a bit now, you're starting to get a little bit hungry, you're starting to get a little bit tired. It might be a good idea to take a break here and, refuel yourselves. It is fall, which means there's an abundance of edible things that are in their last throes of trying to be as prolific as possible. Do you guys want to look for food here, or did you perhaps bring some with you?
I think we're fresh out of the cinnamon rolls for now, but we can Maybe we can even possibly kill two birds with one stone while we're out here and do a little bit of harvesting for, what was it? They had some acorns, apple corns, something along those lines. Maybe we can grab some of that while we're out.
Yeah, maybe some wild.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
good idea.
So I'm going to let you guys choose what skill you're using to find these tasty things, and I want you to explain to me why you've chosen that skill specifically.
Oh. All right. I'd probably end up going with some like a survival check, just kind of using the wilderness to my advantage. Try to maybe do some communicating with the plants and little wild folk around here. See the best area for searching this stuff.
All right, go ahead and roll that for me.
Oh, that's a 23.
Nice. All right. Haley, what did you choose for Delilah?
Delilah is going to, help look, and she's going to use intelligence nature. So she's just going to use her knowledge of her travels that she's been doing, try and find where things should be growing, all those bits. Maybe.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that for me.
That's a natural 20.
Oh!
25.
Here we go!
Let's go.
Nice.
Let me just quickly double check that that's not a natural 1. No, it's not. Okay.
Tricky dice.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure because it's a symbol, not a number.
Not a number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those can be tricksy. All right, Taylor, what did you choose for Zeph?
Intelligence-based investigation using my nose. I want to sniff out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Roll that. What you got?
Nope. That's a 5.
Sadness.
Okay. All right. So that gives me a nice clear picture of what's going on up top here. All right. So as you guys kind of spread out to find lunch, you kind of each go off in your own little direction a little bit to see what you can see, find what you can find. Each of you kind of taking your own strengths into account as you go looking for these tasty things. Zeph, we're going to start with you. You move off into the bush a bit, and you are sniffing around, using your adorable little nose to try and find something that still smells fresh or gives off that slightly overripe smell. That means that if it doesn't get eaten now, it's going to be no good later. And you're looking for it, and you're looking for it, and you're looking for it, and you finally catch a whiff of something. Smells like slightly overripe berries. And you're like, yes, perfect! And you turn around the trunk of this enormous tree that has clearly been here for way too long. And you come around the trunk of this enormous tree face to face with a black and white creature that you've never encountered before. Now, this creature is just as startled as you are. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. Natural 1.
Put that dice in dice jail.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, wasn't meant to.
Okay. So we're gonna stop there for now, and I'm gonna move over to Pet. Just not 1. Pet.
Mm-hmm.
As you are searching around using your survival skill, you kind of gently touch a tree here, brush your hand across a bush there, and just searching for that information of, okay, who's trying to spread seeds, who's got fruit left, who needs help propagating. You know, you're just kind of putting that information out there. You're like, I'm here to help. Who needs it? I'm around. And you get a couple of pings. There's a blackberry bush that's about 300 yards down that's still got plenty of berries that need dispersing. Also, one of the oak trees is complaining about its neighbor, the ape nut tree, that it is, still throwing these acorn-shaped apple things at it on a regular basis every time the wind blows, and he's so tired of it. So you find both blackberries and ape nuts to eat in abundance. Dee Dee, on the opposite side of the bluff, you've tucked off into the bush a bit, and in your looking around, you were kind of looking down, looking on the ground for anything that looked or smelled edible, and you heard humming. Now, up here in the woods is not usually a place that you're expecting to find other people, and you're pretty sure that Pet and Zeph are over there. So, do you want to investigate further?
Yeah. Delilah kind of just like grabs a extra just squeeze tight on her quarterstaff, and she's like, "All right, well, humming. Is it a song? Is it like humming? Is it just a low hum, or is it like
It does sound like a low hummed song.
Okay.
It is
It's like
vaguely
melodic.
familiar to you. Yeah, it is a melody.
Oh, okay. Hello? Hi? Is anyone there? And I'm looking around, up and down.
And as you come around a little bit of a trail that kind of juts out of a rocky bluff area that kind of goes around, there is a pretty nicely secluded space. It's a tiny little section of meadow that's kind of off on its own, completely separated from the bluff that you guys were just standing on. And view of it from the bluff you were at is completely blocked by that crops of trees that you walked through to get here. And there, sitting on top of the bluff in this little bitty meadow, is Ender's Claws. Your favorite black cat boy.
Enders. Enders.
Oh.
What are you?
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
What are you doing out here?
I am working. Ugh.
Doesn't taking a break?
Oh yes, the siesta. What are you doing out here?
Cows. And then now taking a break for food. Have you seen any cows?
No, but if you had seen any, that would make my job much easier.
Are you also looking for the cows?
Yeah.
Well, we followed them this far. Guessing you're about to say.
Where did you guys come up from?
So I was just kind of like pointing
Kind of looks over. He's like,
from town.
All right. So your group and my group must have met up at some point then, because I came from that way.
Oh. Lots of lost cows.
It happens. So hungry, huh?
Yeah, you got food.
I have some cheese and bread.
Oh, you want to join us for lunch?
I could be persuaded. And he kind of gets up, takes his hat off for a second, uses it to dust off his tail and his bum, and he puts it back on his head, and he makes a sharp whistling noise, and a horse comes out from just over by where the bushes and the trail that he obviously used to get up here was. It kind of trots over and joins you, and he follows you back to the bluff and meadow where Pet has piled a little croquin bush of ape nut, apple nut things, and it has little piles of blackberries accompanying it next to them. And as you guys kind of approach, he kind of turn. Pet, you hear the sound of multiple footsteps and hoofbeats.
Oh. Turn to look and oh, hello.
I found
Howdy.
Enders.
Oh, Enders, nice. Is he gonna join us for some food?
I came with my own to share. And he kind of holds up his saddlebags.
Well, thank you kindly. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Did
Please join. Wait, is Zeph back?
That's what I was just about to ask. Did we lose a little one? Hey, Zeph.
So-
Kind of see which way he walked off.
As you guys turn to look in the direction that Zeph went, you see a morose Zeph trudging out of the bush. His tail is dragging on the ground. He looks absolutely miserable.
Oh
And
no.
as he gets closer, Ender's ears fold back, and he goes, "Ah, oh no."
Oh
what's that?
no! What-
Zeph had a run-in with a skunk,
Oh,
and
that smell.
didn't manage to dodge the spray from its defensive weapon.
Oh no.
Zeph, you now smell like a 9-day-old garbage pile that has been steeping in a rain barrel. I hope that's a vivid enough description to tell you what you smell like.
Oh, Zeph.
Good? Okay. I know you Australians don't necessarily have the skunks that we have here. It's hard to imagine what it smells like, but that's a pretty apt description as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, mi amigo, you had a hard day.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you smell quite ripe.
And this was my favorite cloak.
Thought that was your only cloak.
Checks
That's
out.
I think that works.
Oh, I don't think there's much I can do to help with that smell. I'm sorry. I wish I could.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find some nice floral something or other to help counteract it at some point. But
At any point while I was walking, was there any bodies of water?
You did hear water when you guys came up on the bluff. Not over by Enders, but further up
Okay.
the direction that you were originally heading. But you're not 100% sure how far off it is.
We might be able to get you a bath, Zeph. That might help a little.
Yeah. Maybe roll in. I was trying to find some really sweet smelling berries. Maybe I could roll in them.
Worth a try. Go find a herb bush, like thyme or lavender or something, and just go roll in it.
yeah, we should probably eat and then get to that body of water for you. That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't
Do
know.
you mind staying over there, though, Zeph?
That's a good idea. Maybe just a little bit over there.
I'll roll
Okay.
you some ape
Just
nuts.
a little downwind is always better, yeah.
I understand.
I roll some like blackberries and the ape nuts over to her. To him. Here you go, buddy. Just kind of stay a good hike away.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So you guys eat your meal. Anders kind of passes out chunks of the bread that he brought, and a bit of cheese to everybody. And then, of course, Pet shares his blackberries and ape nuts. It's a pretty decent little meal. I mean, the blackberries are still pretty juicy, so you get a lot of moisture just from that. And the bread has that nice crunchy crust still, even though it was probably baked like a day or two ago. Um, Even the cheese has a really nice mild flavor. And once you guys have finished up, you kind of recollect yourselves. Enders puts his saddlebags back on his horse. And now it's time to decide which way you want to go. Do you want to try looking for a fresh set of tracks, or do you want to head towards water?
Well, I don't want to go that way because that was where that stinky little thing was.
Fair.
Well, maybe if we keep heading up this way, we'll find water. We can have a look for tracks along the way. Anders, do you know where you were gonna look next?
I was just heading up this way. I figured I would
Perfect.
find something eventually.
Let's do that then.
Plan.
Alrighty.
Anders, do you know much about the mountains?
Find something eventually.
Just
Hey, know
Let's,
some.
do
I've
that
traveled
then.
in them a bit, but
Plan.
alrighty.
Anders, do you know much
Eh,
about?
This working for a living is different than what I'm used to.
Yeah, I get that. Love to talk to you about it sometime though.
Oh, aye. Anyway, that way, eh? Alright. So, he graciously stays off his horse and walks with you guys. Instead of getting up and being the only one to ride. But you guys head off kind of in the direction that you heard the water source from. And after about 15-20 minutes, you can all really hear the sound of running water at that point. There's very clearly a stream of some kind up ahead of you. And as you come out of the woods, out where the forest kind of breaks along the pebbly beach of this creek, you can see there is about a 4-foot wide, maybe a foot deep, clear running creek bed right in front of you. There's rocks and stones strewn all over the place. This is very clearly a space that rainwater and snowmelt has created. It may or may not be a stream that flows all year round, but it clearly has water in it now. And on your side of the creek, there's about a 5 or 6 foot pebble beach that leads down into the water at a pretty relaxed slope. And on the other side, there's another about 5 or 6 foot pebbled beach that then dead ends into a cliff face that just shoots up. And you can see there's probably forest up there. You can see the tops of some trees leaning over a little bit, but it's mostly just this sheer rocky drop off that drops into the creek bed. Some of the larger stones and boulders that are in this area probably eroded out from that wall specifically. But there is water here, and it is clean.
Very cool.
All right, Zeph. It's time. It's time for you to get in there.
Wait. Can Delilah fill up her canteen before?
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
It's probably for the best.
Yes. Everyone grab some water before we bathe, Zeph.
The water's coming.
Zep, we're just trying to get you to smell better. It's all right. No worries.
I know.
It's not a personal thing by any means. It's a hygiene type of thing.
Would Delilah be able to have a look around to see if she could find, maybe like while she was walking as well there, if there were any plants that maybe, you know how when you put water with them, they can turn into like a soap, or like they're just fragrant in any way?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a survival or nature check. See if you can find something.
I got a 7.
Ooh, okay. So,
Oh,
while it would have been nice to find something fragrant that you could, add
Yeah.
to Zeph's bath, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot here, besides grass, some twiggy bushes. It looks like the cows probably came through here. Most everything's mowed down pretty short. And that some of the rocks look like they've been disturbed within the last couple of days. So that's good, but
Yeah.
unfortunately nothing to help with Zeph's situation at this time.
Then Delilah's just gonna go back to combing the little rocky pebble beach for some cool rocks.
All right. So Delilah is combing the pebble beach, and Pet, are you helping Zeph wash himself off, or are you? What's up?
Moral support.
If you
Support.
need my help, Zeph, I'm here to help for sure. But otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of look around for any sign of the cows passing by.
I wouldn't mind a fire so we can dry my cloak.
A what?
Hey, that's a good idea. And Enders kind of takes off into the creek after tying his horse to a low branch. And he comes back about 10 minutes later with some dried out wood.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Can I use firebolt to start the fire?
Absolutely.
See, that can be helpful. No, stinky little fluffy things.
Yes, my
And
friend.
then-
You must look out for those little dudes. They are nasty.
Yeah. Tail stood up more right than mine does.
They make a good jacket, though, if you can get around the stink.
And I don't think I want to get a.
Alrighty. So Zeph is scrubbing off with the sand and the dirt in the creek, just trying to get as much of this stink off him as he can. Enders is kind of lounging on one of the larger rocks on the other side of the creek, just chilling, sunbathing, like a cat does. There's a nice cool breeze coming through. It's a really pleasant spot. And right about the time that Zeph is wringing out his cloak to try and start, drying it out over the fire, Enders kind of rolls over and rolls back over, and he sits up on top of his rock. And he looks down at it, and he looks up at you guys on the other side of the creek and says, "Oi, mi amigos! Mira, this thing! I don't think this is a rock."
What? What?
It's got a heartbeat!
Delilah just
What?
starts running over.
Yeah, I'll definitely head that way as well.
Yeah. Zeph will
Alright.
scan. He'll just
Delilah's
drop his
pretty
cloak.
familiar with rocks.
Yeah. So yeah, Delilah is a rock hound. This is her thing.
Yes.
So Delilah, go ahead and roll with advantage a nature check for me.
Oh my god! I got a 3 and a 4!
Oh,
So that's a 9.
well, it's not a rock. Well,
No,
maybe?
maybe.
I mean, it's very rock-like. Maybe it's a softer kind of
A live rock? A pet rock? I've heard of those
rock.
before.
Fair. Wait, it's my rock? That doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. I'm not. That's kind of confusing.
Can I cast Identify?
Absolutely! Zeph, cast Identify, see what happens.
I will
Please.
cast Identify.
Okay.
Cast Identify. I won't do it as a ritual. I'll burn a spell slot for it.
Okay. You're gonna burn the spell slot? Alright. Shoot. Alrighty. So pick a number, even or odds. Between 1 and 6.
Odds.
Odds. It is a 6, it is even. So, you cast Identify on this pet rock. And it well, it's weird. The rock does have some magic to it,
Ooh.
but it's not how you're used to seeing magic. It almost looks like these tiny little veins of energy running to these 7 different pools of energy in a line along a space. And you've never seen a magical object with 7 different pools of the same energy. And it's just constantly swirling through the whole body, but all of the little veins of energy meet back at these 7 individual pools. There's like one, they start at one end and then just kind of work their way down the length of this spiny rock.
Kind of like a chakra.
Yeah, very similar.
Okay, cool. This thing has weird magic. I'm not. Enders, I wouldn't sit on it.
I'm beginning to have that same thought.
I'm just laughing
Sad.
that Enders is still on top of the rock.
The whole time.
He's a bandit king. I mean, no. Zach,
Hey, yeah.
is there anything that Pet would like to do?
Zeph, you said it's magic? Is it alive? Is it dead? Is it a rock that's not alive or never been alive? I'm kind of... I mean...
the magic is like flowing around, but it's coming back to center point.
Huh.
I've never encountered this kind of magic before. I'm not familiar with it.
That is correct, yes.
I don't know. It's like the spine all over again.
Oh, the spine. Oh, okay. Then,
But like, I can't get a full reading on it. It's weird.
I'm looking through my spells. There's not much I can do with with this. I can try. Yeah, poke it if you can. I mean, if I wanted anything, I would think of doing would be like trying to talk to nature, but I don't really know if I can.
And Enders is on top of it. Nothing happened.
Oh. Well,
Oh,
I mean,
let's
you
just
want to try flipping it over?
I mean, yeah, let's look at all of it and see what's
Maybe
going on here.
Maybe it's something under
Yeah.
the rock.
Yeah. Maybe the underside's got a sigil on it. Runes.
Oh,
That could be.
oh wow.
Magic is weird stuff.
Mhm.
All right.
Let's go
So-
for that. Yeah.
Okay. Delilah
Alright.
gets.
You get down, kind of squat.
Yeah.
Pulling on it. Zach, do you want Pet to be on the other side pulling it over, or do you want him to be down with Delilah trying to roll it over?
Probably on the helping on the same side. I don't want to be on the spiky side. That doesn't make much
Nah.
sense.
No, I'll
True.
You're pushing it.
Pet, take 3 spiny.
Yeah, I get flattened by Delilah flipping rocks at me. I don't know about all that.
I don't want to squish you.
Got this.
It's
You
just-
got
Zeph, make sure you're not on that side. We'll do some flipping over here.
Remember, from the hips, not the back. From the knees, not the back.
Okay. From the
Use
knees.
the back? Cool.
And lift. Need both of you guys to make me strength checks, please.
Strength check.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not bad.
Just straight.
Mm-hmm.
17.
17 for Delilah.
17.
17 for Pet.
Matched energies.
There we
And a
go.
Natural 20 for support from Zeph.
Hey. We always
Your
need that.
cheer, Zeph and Enders are your cheer squad.
Perfect.
All right, so you guys roll this thing over. It's a little harder than you would have expected because the spines on the sides of this rock and on the back of this rock are kind of like catching, and it's not rolling over smoothly. It's like wobbling a bit as it goes.
Pushing it against the pebble
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah. Right?
Oh no, oh no.
So as you guys are rolling this rock over, Kato, I need you to roll me a Constitution check.
Do I click the thing? Do I click
That would be not nat 20.
A
Oh.
dirty 20. Okay, so Zach, if you will switch me forward.
Hey, there we go.
As you guys go to flip over this rock, Nox, you feel the movement and the push. And at the same time that you kind of flop flat onto your back, you extend your arms and legs and stretch out. I'd like everybody to welcome Nox, the turtle.
What's
Oh,
happening?
No. I'm so sorry.
Hola.
Are you sleeping here? Sorry, we're just using the river.
Are you okay? Oh. Is he gonna fight us?
I hope not.
Delilah's kind of like,
Nox.
I'll be honest, I have never seen that before.
I like
That
slowly.
is a
Pet-
different version of a pet rock.
It's definitely not my rock, and I step in front of Zeph just to be in front of him.
Zeph's covering his nose. He doesn't great again.
Nox looks around and he starts by looking, at the water around him. He sees these people all around him. And he looks up at that cliff face. And then looks back down at the people and says, How long was I asleep?
Fox, talk.
oh, we've been here for 10 minutes? 15?
Probably about.
About longer than that, probably. Do we remember how much, rocks had, built up on the side of him before we kind of, digged out his edge?
Nah, wasn't really something you were looking at.
No, I didn't.
Not
Uh,
to,
Other than the fact that you're pretty sure one of them is a piece of topaz, but you know that's just something you would have noticed on them.
Pocket.
he's up for a second, and you can see he's kind of a little bit woozy. You kind of see what you guys see. You see a large, gray, very spiky turtle, and he's a little beat up looking at the moment. He's actually not more than a little beat up looking, so he kind of just. Oh, I see. He's actually not more than a little beat up. He drops to a knee. Kind of just.
Oh,
Are you okay?
hey.
I points up there to the top of the cliff face and said, I've had a pretty bad fall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Delilah's gonna rush up to him and check over him, see if he needs healing.
Nox has 4 hit points.
Okay, Delilah is going to use a hand of healing. And she's just going to come down and she's just going to be like, do you mind? And she reaches like a hand out to you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
She kind of takes like a hand to the side of your face and you gain 6 hit points. And she's like, it's not much, but it's hopefully this will help.
You see, he gives a. No. That's good. Thank you. I'm sorry. I really. I shouldn't stay. I really should be. He tries to get himself up. I should be going.
I don't think that you.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
might
if you're
want
in condition to be traveling yet.
I see.
I can help too.
Sure, little one.
And Zeph will cast Cure Wounds. He can't quite reach your face, so he's just gonna like touch the belly of your cell if he can.
I'll say Nox kind of kneels down a little bit more for Zeph, so that way she can, or he can.
But yeah, Zeph will touch up as high as he can.
Yeah.
We'll get 4 hit points. That was not great.
Hey, that's more than he had.
Wait, do play.
yeah,
Thank you.
if you wanna, I mean, if we can hang out with this one a little bit, I can do a little bit of a prayer for him as well. Maybe we can try to do whatever we can right now, I guess. You fell from there?
Mi amigo, you are lucky to not be turtle soup.
I see. Yes.
I'm
I-
gonna hand over some water.
Why would you jump?
Thank you.
Yes, not smart.
Takes it.
That's
I was being chased, I believe. I don't know what it was. It's just, I remember fire and smell of death, maybe. It was a lot. But I was being chased, and I had no other choice. I'm sorry. My name is Nox. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
It's nice to meet you as well, Mr. Knox. The name's Pet Fair and Farsmile. They can call me Pet.
Pleasure, Pet.
And
Zeph.
And that.
And Zeph,
Hi.
Delilah.
Delilah, I appreciate all of your help. But I cannot stay still for too long. To be honest, do not know.
You can't move for too long either, as it looks like. You know, we have a horse I could put you on. I mean, we are on a mission at the moment, but I mean, if you would be willing to ride the horse, we only need to locate the cows that we came after, and then we can take you back to town. There's a very good doctor there, although she is a little crazy.
See, Knox just thinks it over for a moment and he goes, yes, no, yes. I think that would be ideal, yes.
We'll keep you safe from whatever was chasing you.
Smiles. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my things. Does he still have his, I know he had his glaive out. Does he still have his glaive spear? Are these stuff around? Or...
Your glaive, does it have a wooden handle or a metal handle?
I would say it's probably wooden.
Okay. It is snapped in two. You can see the head of it is pretty well buried, like in the ground. It thankfully landed a couple feet away, tipped down. But the shaft of that handle is pretty well snapped. Could have been from the fall, could have been from a large bovine creature using it as a scratching post. Who knows? So it's probably gonna need some repair.
Gotcha. He kind of stumbles over to it, tries to yank the glaive out the ground, and grabs the other pieces of wood. Yeah. You said the spear. He has the spear.
Yeah, the spear is still kind of like it landed next to you, like it fell off where you had it kind of handled, but it wasn't something that was too terribly far away.
Perfect. Just pick both of those up and just probably hold the glaive. It probably won't attach to him like it used to, so it's just holds it and says, "These are my things. Okay. We should probably go."
Everything?
All right. So you guys get Nox up on to Endra's horse, and get him kind of situated, get his things kind of strapped down to the saddle blankets and saddle pads and that sort of thing. It's pretty comfy. I mean, the saddle's a little small for you. You kind of got a big... You're wide. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. It's okay.
Most saddles aren't, most saddles aren't naturally built for big booty boys. I'm sorry. You gotta get special made saddles for the big booty boys.
Some commission saddles. Love it.
All right. So you guys get him up on there, and you start to make your way back up the river. You're probably not too... You don't think you're very far off from the cows at this point. Hopefully you'll run into them fairly soon. And once you do, then maybe you guys can move along to starting to kind of pin down where they are, and once you get him back to town, you can come back and get the cows. So
can I do a prayer while we're walking? Just do a little prayer of healing. It takes about 10 minutes anyway, so anyone who needs it can just kind of start to heal off of it, and does do 25 worth of healing.
All right. So as you guys are walking over the next 10 minutes or so, Pet, you're kind of holding on to one of the tie straps from the saddle, just to, so you can concentrate on the prayer and not really have to pay as much attention to where you're walking. That isn't to say that you're, not tripping here and there, but you have friends.
Yeah. Thank you.
They're being very helpful right now.
Yeah.
Delilah's like 3-4 feet in front, just kicking pebbles out the way, like.
Clearing the path.
Alrighty. So you guys continue on your way. And you get about another 20-30 minutes, and then you see a pretty clear trail of where a lot of hooved creatures went up an embankment out of the creek bed, and you can hear the sounds of large creatures just over the bush, just in through there. So you kind of make your way up. The horse follows you guys up this embankment, and you come out through the trees to find another meadow. This one, there's a lot less of the deciduous trees that have been losing their leaves and stuff like that. There's still a few in there that are populars that are red and gold and in color at this time, but most of the trees in this area are pines. They're trees that are not going to shed their leafage as the winter weather rolls in. And there are 5 or 6 pretty good size cows just munching away.
Are these your cows, Anders?
Possibly.
How
Let
do
me
you
get
tell?
a closer look. They have a branding mark on the back, like on the hip. It'll be a big. It looks kind of like a wing, with an R. It's the Blackbird Ranch. It's the Raven.
Yeah.
So if we can see one of their hips, and he's kind of steps forward. He doesn't want to get too close, because they're pretty big. But he goes, yeah, right there. That's one right there.
Right,
This is our cattle. Good. Saves me trouble.
Is your way quicker back to town than our way?
I've been out here for 2 days.
So no, absolutely not.
Your way sucks.
we were much faster.
Yeah.
Well,
We were only walking 2 hours before we saw you. All right. Well.
how do we get them back to the?
Do we do like a wide berth, and then get and then bring them back this way?
Push them forward like a herding dog? Maybe we could probably figure something out. That shouldn't be too hard.
I was gonna say, did you bring that many leashes? But that's not how cows work.
No, probably not.
How many cows we got in front of us here?
There are 6.
Oh, this isn't gonna be too bad. If you like, I can have a good little chat with them and see if that helps out at all.
Yes, please.
Aye, that would be very nice.
All right. Do you know their names
right.
by chance? Make it easier on introduction.
Steak, ground roast.
Oh, never. That's morbid. All right, I'll just walk over to the cows.
All right.
What was that, Zeph? I know you said something, but I didn't hear you.
I want to make friends with Roast.
All right, I'm gonna go chat with the cows.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead and roll me an animal handling check.
Okay. I will do that.
While he's rolling, I'll say Knox kind of starts to get off the horse and says, if you all don't mind, I'm feeling a lot better after that walk. I would love to help you with this in any way I can to repay you for all you've done for me.
Yeah,
I don't see any problem
lovely.
with that.
Great, great.
I got an 11 on my animal handling. Wasn't great.
Ooh. Alrighty. So, you kind of approach the cows, and the first cow that you approach just realizes that you're there and like hop jumps to the side slightly, gives you a wide whale-eyed look, and then like starts to move off. Thankfully, there's another slightly tamer looking cow that's relatively closer. You manage to get within maybe 4 or 5 feet of that one before it also goes
Oh,
then
sorry,
spooks
sorry.
off.
Didn't mean to scare y'all. Just here to track you down, take you home. That's the only reason I'm around. Home's that way, not this way. We're not out here. So if you just wanna go that way, that'd be great.
Food here.
Oh, okay. Do I have any ape nuts or blackberries left?
I'd say you'd probably have a good pocket full.
Oh, perfect.
For sure.
I mean, this food looks a little bit better than what you're eating there. I don't know if you want to try some of this on the way back.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh man. Hey, I have advantage on influencing beasts and plants.
You do. You can do this. Come on.
Stupid. Ah, natural 20. Let's go.
Nice.
There you go.
Hey.
And a 3, so we got kind of lucky there.
There we go. All right. So, one of the other ones, not either of the two that you spooked previously, kind of goes, treat, and comes over, sniffs your hand, and its tongue, oddly abrasive in its texture, kind of out of its mouth, wraps around the ape nut and brings it into its mouth, and it just starts.
Oh, there you go. It's pretty good, right? I had some of them a little bit ago as well. They're tasty.
It's good.
It's good. All right, come on back with us. We're heading home. Let's head out of here.
Okay.
Yes.
So this cow's following you.
Yeah, I noticed. It's one of the 6.
Yep. And with the natural 20, I'll say at least 2 others. So you have half of the herd following you. Would the rest of you guys like to kind of circle around and try and kind of push the rest of the herd along? So maybe Pet's in front leading with the cooperative cows, and the rest of you guys are kind of herding the other 3 to kind of keep them all together. Do you guys want to try it that way, or do you have another plan that you think might work?
Zeph wants to try something.
Okay. Go for it.
Seeing Pet being able to talk to the cows, Zeph doesn't have that ability, so he's going to try and cast message.
Ooh.
It doesn't say it has to understand my language, just you point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message.
Okay.
So it doesn't say anything about understanding. He's going to grab his staff and just go, hey, so this big rock-looking dude said that there's something out here that was hunting him. We should head back so you're not hunted too.
Hunted? Hunted by what? I don't want to die. I like food.
Then the cow's into existential crisis.
Nox is gonna try something. Nox will walk up to Pet and say, "Do you have more of those snacks? Those these things that the cows seem to like.
I believe so. Yeah. Take whatever you need here. These ones are following me. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep walking with them, y'all.
I'm gonna place my hand over his where these berries or whatever such are, and they're gonna start to float with a green glow. And I'm gonna cast mage hand with this telekinesis. And I kind of just want to hold these berries in front of the cows as we go, step by step, in a way to kind of lead them.
I love it.
Yeah, I love that.
I like it.
Delilah's made her way like through the trees and behind the cows, and she's got her quarterstaff like sideways, and she's just like just keeping up the rear.
Nice. All right. So between the floating food out front and the guiding thoughts and hands, you guys are able to get the cows to move back into the creek bed and back down towards where you initially found and ran into Nox. Napped on. And at this point, Enders has remounted his horse and is kind of using his horse because he can move a little bit faster with it. He's going back and forth behind Delilah to any of the cows that kind of stray a little too far off to one side to kind of bring them back in so they're still under your influence of the push that you're kind of pushing the cows forward with. So between the lot of you guys you're doing a really good job keeping these cows moving forward and kind of on a proper track. And right there is we're going to stop and take our first break. Get ourselves a bathroom break, get some water, take a gentle chat with the chat. Hello, chat. We love you.
Yes. Hello, chat.
Let's see. Chat is on that side. Hello, chat. Alright. So get your snacks, get your drinks, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes.
See you soon.
All right, everybody, we are back from our break. Welcome back. All right, everybody, where we left off, our crew of wranglers at this moment are pushing a small herd of cattle down the creek bed. So then, as you guys continue your way, turn the music back on. You know, it starts to get into later in the afternoon now, and it's autumn, so the days are a little bit shorter. You're moving these cows down, and you can, feel your legs, Zeph especially, starting to get a little sore. You manage to kind of get them up out of the creek bed and back onto that bluff, and just as you're getting ready to push them down over the edge of that bluff and start heading right back down towards Blackbird Ranch, Ender's horse starts getting a little spooky on him. She starts, being a little harder to control, and I need Zeph and Pet to make me perception checks. These are both based on smell.
Okay.
Well, alright. I don't know where my dice went, though. Oh, there it is. It's not gonna be great.
Pet got an 8.
Pet got an 8, okay.
Zeph got 18.
Ooh,
18! Yay, Zeph!
Yay, Zeph!
That's your highest roll today!
No. I finally got skunk smell in my nose.
Alright. So, as you guys are moving your way down this embankment to kind of push them further down the mountain, the wind kicks up and starts kind of coming from behind and slightly off to the east, pushing itself across you. And Zeph,
Like
you
to proceed.
smell something you haven't smelled out here before.
You see that Roya
You've
and Lord
smelled it
Kaban are
back
posting the
home.
results of the TFL.
Only when you were deep in the den. It smells like brimstone.
Hey, Enders?
Yeah! What do you want? Stop it! Come on!
There's no, big dragon caves around here.
No, I don't know any dragons other than you. God damn it! Quit!
Smells like home.
What do you mean, Zeph?
I can smell brimstone.
What
And
did you say?
usually that was only like really way down in Zephyrian's tunnels. A lot of us weren't allowed down there.
Do I smell it?
Now that Zeph has brought it up, yeah, faintly you do.
Can I
Every
tell
time,
what it's...
every time the wind kind of puffs up strong from the east, you smell it.
Oh no. No.
Wait,
I'm gonna
what?
look up. Do I see, like, can I get an idea of where it's coming from, or is it just on the wind?
It's east of you, wherever it is.
We need to go. We need to go now. We need to go now.
Okay.
We're going.
Which direction are we currently walking?
You're heading, kind of southwestish.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Let's
try to get them to, like...
pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we pick up the cows a little bit?
Yes, you guys want to try to push him a little harder? I need
Yeah. Nox is being.
Okay, I need
Oh.
everybody to roll me an animal handling check. This is a group check, so there's a threshold that you're going to have to roll above once everything's added together.
Jeez.
What was it? Just a.
So everybody's going to roll a animal handling check.
19.
19 for DD. Zeph?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Pet.
That's a 9er right there.
All right, Nox.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
Nox is freaked out. Nox, you're freaked.
Nox is freaked out. Yep.
Your energy is not good right now.
No, not at all.
So that's going to give us, that's 40. That's going to give us an even 50. Not bad, guys. So, you guys all kind of like collectively kind of moving off of Nox's nervousness, like this whatever's shaking him is really probably not great. So you start moving the cattle a little bit faster, and at some point, the cattle seem to have also picked up this whiff of whatever this is. So they start picking up that pace too, and now it's getting hard for Zeph to keep up. And Ender's trying to control his horse with one hand, kind of rides up behind Zeph and just picks him up by the back of the cloak and drops him in front of him in the saddle. So you're like riding right in front of him.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hold on, mi amigo. And you guys are moving at a pretty good pace now, and slowly that smell that you were coming across comes less and less frequently, until in the span of the time that it took you to come up, you have that going down, because you're moving at a pretty decent pace at this point. And you kind of push the cows out of the woods into the fielded areas, and then right back towards the fence that they originally broke. Thank goodness too, because off in the distance you hear a rumbling. It's probably gonna storm pretty bad. It's a good thing you guys got these in as soon as you did, or otherwise you'd be stuck out on that mountain. Says one of the cowhands as you guys are kind of pushing them into the yard.
Good timing indeed.
Yes.
Delilah wants to kind of like look back and scan the horizon for any is it clouds? Is it smoke? Is it
There are clouds that are kind of coming up over the mountains, and what you heard was the echo of them coming down. Oh yeah, dark and heavy.
Yeah.
I kind of want to walk up next to Delilah and say, that smell. It was the smell I smelled the first time I encountered whatever it was that I encountered. The thing that made me jump from the cliff.
Oh, and did you see it?
Not really. I think it was. I remember. It's hazy.
It's it's fine. It's fine. You need rest, and you had a big fall. Well, we're out of the woods now. Hopefully that storm is just a storm, and maybe we'll go check out the smell, or ask around about the smell later. See if anyone else knows about it.
That would probably be wise. And maybe perhaps I can find someone here who could repair my glaive.
Yeah, there should definitely be someone here to help you repair it.
Yes. Thank you. He looks around at everyone. Thank all of you for helping me out there.
That's kind of made a habit of it, but yeah, it's all good.
You're welcome.
I don't know about you, but I find the best way to get rid of all the saddle sores is a drink.
Drink sounds good.
Yeah, I'm very sore from that saddle.
I am very sore from your tail, so I didn't realize it was prehensile. Ow.
I mean, to be honest, I've never rolled in one before, and it was very uncomfortable. I don't understand how you do this. Yeah.
It's all about balance. Some on the left, some on the right. You know,
Makes sense.
the tail helps. Swish, swish, swish.
I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Zeph swishes his own little tail.
Does Nox have a tiny little turtle tail?
Like a little tiny little one. Barely see it poking out. Kind of looks back at it like.
It just wiggles.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
My heart.
Not all of us are blessed with a big tail, okay?
No, I mean,
were just
I know.
thinking-
Yeah.
Delilah's like, I get it.
Alrighty.
Not very often we're in the minority when we don't have a tail. So this is kind of new for sure.
Okay, so you guys kind of make your way back towards town. You walk away from the ranch, down the hill, through the orchard, and you notice most everybody else has heard this rumbling sound coming down as well. So everybody looks like they're clearing out, rushing to finish up whatever they were working on pretty quick. Hello, Binks. And right as you guys get back into town, the first sprinkles of that storm rushing down the mountain start weeding their way in.
Seth.
Hmm?
What type of dragon was your master?
He's a bronze.
What does that mean though?
Lightning.
Ah. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to confirm the brimstone smell.
I mean, we lived in a cave on the beach side. So Zephyrius didn't really like us going down too far in the tunnels. He liked to keep us up close where the storms and that could happen on the beach.
That makes sense. Sounds beautiful.
It's really pretty. So I'm kind of looking forward to watching this lightning storm, if there is one. Maybe
I have a feeling. I have a feeling.
I hope he's okay.
Why wouldn't he be?
Remember the war?
Mm.
Yeah, he got hurt real bad.
Oh.
And that's why he sent me out to look for artifacts to stop people fighting over.
Oh.
Can't say I've done too good of a job yet, though.
Keep looking. You'll be fine. He sent you for a reason.
Yeah.
Maybe after you're done looking for your artifacts or whatever, the doc here and I could get back and try to help out with some healing there for your dragon friend. Not sure.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried to heal an ancient dragon?
Can't say that I have. Nope. Worth a shot,
but
right?
it would definitely be something on the bucket list.
Wait, buckets here?
Bucket?
The name played. I love it.
Oh gosh, I forgot about bucket.
Zeph hasn't.
Has not forgotten about you, and that's the important part.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But if you guys could help Zephyrius and me, and all my other brothers and sisters, we'd really appreciate it.
We'd love to.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Might be worth a shot.
Yeah.
But you talk about artifacts. Is there anything in particular you're looking for at this moment? Or is it just you need to find artifacts?
Just artifacts that are big and powerful and would have people start wars over.
That's a big task.
You said you're looking for an artifact that people would start wars over, or that's
intense.
it's got to be a very powerful artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Very powerful people would have those.
Powerful indeed.
Oh, jeez.
That's why Darius got hurt. He was trying to stop the wars, and they used it against him.
I see.
So to stop that, he sent me out to find more so he can protect them and stop them from falling into the wrong hands.
But the ancient dragon couldn't do it. And he got really hurt trying. So he sent his best soldier. I'm very excited to see what you can do, Zeph.
Me too.
Because I'm not leaving your side.
Aw, really?
Yeah. We're gonna keep each other safe.
Nox smiles over at Zeph and says, war is a messy thing, but, you know, if he put his trust in you, it must mean you are a very brave and powerful warrior.
You think so?
Look at how much you have helped me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
We're gonna and we're gonna stop the wars.
You guys are walking into town as you're saying this, and you can hear the familiar tune of a guitar being played from Barbaros down just there in the center of town. It must be time for whiskey to start playing. And as you guys are making your way through town and you get close up to Barbaros, you notice there is a man standing on the porch underneath the cover, not getting rained on, leaning heavily on a crutch on one side. And as he sees you guys coming down from the Blackbird Ranch, he starts waving, and Enders trots off away from the rest of you. And once he gets up to the porch, takes a few quick steps, drops one arm and kind of just lifts the guy up, does a quick spin, and then disappears into the bar.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that they ended up together.
Enders is really strong.
Yeah, quite strong. I carried him all the way back from the dragons last time, and it was quite heavy.
The bulky cat.
Well, are we gonna, I guess, go in, get some rest tonight?
Yeah.
Get something to drink?
Let's get something to drink.
Yeah. So
Maybe
you
maybe a
kind of
vase.
make your way up onto Barbaros steps, push your way in through those saloon doors, and spread out in front of you is the warm and welcoming interior of Barbaros. Dry, with plenty of food and drink, and the ever-friendly bar owner comes saddling up to y'all. And Jeanette basically slides in and goes, "Well, howdy, y'all. Oh my, you do look a fright. unfortunately, there's a cat in the bathtub at the moment. But do you want me to put you on the list?
Please.
It's probably a good idea. Did that bath earlier help Zeph out, or is there still
Yeah. How much?
There's
Just-
still a faint
we didn't have much.
smell.
So we
Yeah,
didn't
we
have
didn't have
much
much
to
to work. And I don't think water really gets it off.
No.
Actually needs something rather more acidic, which is why
Mm.
people normally bathe their
Tomatoes?
kids or animals in tomato juice.
Mm.
Yeah, so we might need to get some tomato juice.
Yeah.
Tomato juice.
Something intense
Mm.
for our little friend here.
I was
Yeah.
trying to be polite.
So it.
Done.
Oh, Zeph, honey. The black and white kitties are not friendly, honey.
I realize that now.
You
I was
come to the
looking
kitchen.
for
You
food.
come to the kitchen real quick. We'll get you cleaned up. And, Velvet, honey, would you seat this nice young man? And she points at Knox, who she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And she
Oh,
goes,
he's
"I'll be right
with
back."
us.
Oh. Well, welcome to Barbaros. Velvet,
Was-
come on. Zeph, just don't look at the cauldron, okay? Let's go. And
But that's
she
my favorite
leads,
thing.
and she leads Zeph off to the kitchen. A very, very attractive, curvy, red-headed woman kind of slides over after getting something whispered to her by Jeanette. And she is wearing
One of these ones?
No.
She's wearing a very low cut, loose, like poet's shirt tunic that is tucked into some very tight trews. And she giggles a little bit as she comes over and says, "Well, how can I help y'all?" "Oh, I see. You're a little wet. Would you like a seat while you wait for the baths?"
Oh, yeah. Yes, please.
It would be preferred, yes.
"Right over this way." And she takes you guys to a table, your customary table, Pet and Delilah would know. And she bustles off towards the kitchen, leaving a really nice view behind her. And returns shortly with some very warm mugs. Not hot, although they are steaming, mugs of what's probably one of Cindy Redberry's teas.
Mm.
Yes.
Looked like y'all could use this.
Thank you. That's kind of you. Thank you.
Very kind.
Is there anything I can get you to
Appreciate it.
eat?
Oh my.
Whew. I think something sort of stronger to drink would be great too.
Well, when it's done with its set, I'll let it know.
Regular dinner, thank you. Food, yes.
Dinner, please.
Cupcakes.
Dinner.
What?
Nope. No meat, please. Dinner. Vegetarian.
Okay. Well, we
Vegetarian,
have some
please.
really delicious rolls. Just out of the oven. I'll be right back.
While
And she takes back off.
While she's gone, I'm gonna scoot over to Nox and be like, all right, you're gonna learn this. I learned it the hard way. Never do this. Don't do this. All right, don't do that one. Don't do that one. Put it down, lower it a little. Yeah, don't do that one. Just a warning, unless you're looking for a little something, be careful, all right? I found out the hard way after apparently propositioning the entire town. Be careful.
Oh,
Right, yeah, be careful with that, alright? Alright. Just go back to my tea and just start
Right.
diving.
I
Shuddering.
thought this was a very friendly establishment. I was unsure. Yeah.
Very friendly.
Very.
Great services.
Oh yeah.
Perhaps
I'm
I
sorry.
should keep this in mind.
We're professional.
Professional DM, do this because I love you.
I love you for it.
That's good.
All right.
That's a TikTok.
So Velvet returns.
Yeah.
Velvet returns shortly, balancing 3 plates on 2 on one arm, 1 in one hand, and her hips are dipping probably a little lower with each step than they actually probably have to. But as she approaches, she puts the individual singular plate in front of Pet and then moves and separates the 2 plates that were on her arm and puts them in front of Nox and Delilah. In front of Pet is a steaming roasted corn on the cob that is slightly charred on the edges, and there is a thick plait of butter that is just melting over the top of it down into the little cracks. In addition, there is also a hearty selection of some stewed root vegetables, potatoes, turnips, carrots, all in a thick, like almost gravy-like sauce. And then 2 rolls that look like they were cooked in a muffin tin and then exploded out the top of the muffin tin. So the bottom of them is very uniform and round and cute, but the tops of them are like poof. And those are sitting on that plate as well, just slowly soaking up the gravy from the stewed vegetables. Nox and Delilah's plate have the stewed vegetables, the voluptuous dinner rolls, as well as each having half of a seared piece of fish. Now this fish obviously still has the skin on, which is crispy. You could almost like peel it off and eat it like a chip. It's so crispy. And there are obvious herbs, you're welcome. Obvious herbs and spices that are like encrusted onto the flaky flesh of the meat itself. She goes, now watch out for those bones. I wouldn't want to have to perform CPR if you were to choke on one. Enjoy.
Be careful.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Yeah. Very friendly.
It's always so intense just getting some food around here.
Hey, it's every night and it still doesn't wear off.
I don't know. Just got these muffins and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sure it's
Really good food, though. Delicious.
Yeah. Oh, always great.
Yeah. Zeph
Like I said,
returns from the
good
kitchen,
services.
smelling slightly of tomato sauce, with his own plate, stacked just like Nox and Delilah's. Except his fish still has its head.
Oh.
He likes to be hit.
All right. Oh, wow. Hey, you smell a lot better. That's good.
Join
Nice.
us.
They helped you out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She got in every nook and cranny.
Jesus. This place.
They are very hospitable here.
I don't know how long I can stay in this place. It's like slowly eating, but also flipping through his book of prayers.
So as you guys are sitting, eating your meal, Whiskey finishes his set. He goes to moving around the room, asking people if they need any other drinks. And then as he brushes behind Delilah, he says, he kind of puts one hand on the back of your chair, not actually touching you, but on the back of your chair. And he leans down a little bit and says, did you want to reserve
Delilah
something for later?
nods.
All
Yeah,
right.
regular,
I'll see you in a little bit then.
easy.
And he kind of heads back upstairs. Shortly after he disappears, Marcia Jackson, the sheriff, in her thin, weedy form with her long braid trailing behind her, leaves the table she was sitting at with Shea Stone and then the dwarf woman that you still haven't gotten the name of, but you know she lives here. She just keeps showing up and you're not quite sure who she is. She leaves that table and kind of swings over towards y'all. And she comes up, she goes, I assume you got those cows back down in town.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
So listen, we recently finished, I guess, the statute of limitations on that farm you all cleared out of bark yotes a couple months back. And I wanted to let you know, since you seem to be sticking around, that property's for sale now, if it's something you're interested in. If you have any questions about it, you can come on down to the sheriff's office. I got the deed, and I can go over some details with you if you're interested.
We'll come have a chat.
Do you by chance know what you're running for that property out there?
Yeah. Mm.
Well, they're still doing some calculations, but it's probably going to be, well, it needs so much work, probably about 150 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have a chat and we'll see how we go.
Alright. Just figure out
We'll
you
come
ought to
see
know.
ya. Yeah, thank you.
Alright, and she returns to the table with Marcia, who smacks her on the ass as she walks past, and then gets smacked, like, backhanded in the face as a response.
Yes.
She's like, do that again, you're gonna lose that hand, woman. And she goes, ah!
And that's a
Um,
sheriff.
I couldn't help but overhear you. That place. Are you all not from here, or
Nope.
no? Oh, I
Nope.
see. Travelers as well.
Uh,
Gotta be
What-
able to find artifacts.
Makes sense.
didn't really think about settling down somewhere, but it's always nice to have a base of operations, especially on the edge of the world.
Yeah, I could agree with that for sure. My whole reason for being here anyways is just kind of get out of the forest. So, home away from home is kind of nice.
And I know you want to get out of here every night, pet.
What's that?
I know you don't want to be here every night, pet.
Yeah, that's true. I like to be in the forest, but I also I like talking to people. It's been years and years that I had no conversation, so other than plants and birds and little rodents. So it's kind of nice having some people around for a little while.
You are speaking my language, my friend. Yeah, I've spent many years kind of doing the same.
All right, all right. Yeah, but speaking of that, like we don't know much about you at all. We just found a mysterious rock by the river, and that was you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, I guess, if you don't mind.
Yes, yes, I was, well, formerly of the kingdom of Mesidora, and, not so much anymore. I was once one of their soldiers, and, well, kind of not anymore. Yeah. And ever since I fancy myself a bit of a traveler, you know? Yeah. Not much to tell, just travels.
Okay.
Many birds, many trees, many plants. And nice and serene.
Is there anything in particular that brought you west?
Lack of east?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
There it is. But hey,
Alright.
I appreciate all of this. I don't have much money, but I mean, perhaps I can, maybe work some of this debt off, or
No, you don't have to. No.
Debt? No. There's no debt to be repaid.
No. The Zephyrius doesn't believe in doing good things for rewards, just good things for good things.
Yeah, rewards are fun, but not required.
At this point, Janet kind of bustles over with her busty top, and she goes, "All right, y'all. Pet, the bath is ready for you, hun.
Oh,
And
thank you.
Delilah, I left some hot water up with whiskey.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So y'all get comfortable, and we'll get y'all cleaned up. Not a worry, not a worry. It'll be just fine." And as you guys kind of move off to, go get a bath, go warm up.
Yeah. Delilah wants to quickly. Have we been staying in the same room?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've kind of like let that room out at this point.
Yeah. Delilah quickly pops into there before heading where she's going. And she empties the rocks that she collected for the day into the jar that she collects for this month, and she puts it away with the other 5, 6 jars that are there for the previous months.
Great. Good. This is going to leave Zeph and Nox at the table. Once you finish eating and Velvet comes over and kind of clears the